Hey y'all, I am back with another video. Well, alive, I guess. And this one is about things going wrong. Just things going wrong. So, it's been a busy couple of weeks for me, especially last week. I had a lot of orders come in. So, my board is all filled up right now. And then I realized that I'm going to need a bigger board. Okay. But in all seriousness, I probably need to figure out a better system for tracking orders. Um, I've just been trying to deal with a lot of things at the same time, and it has been insane. I've never had this much going on at once, so I'm just trying to figure it all out. So I guess I'll start with what happened in the last week or so, or maybe I should wait until some people come in. I don't know. Let me see. What do I want to do? Well, yeah. So we'll start because I actually don't have a lot of time right now. I just haven't been on here in a while, so I want to post something, and here are things going on. So let's talk about it. But anyway, like I said, I want to start with what's been going on, what I've been doing the last week or two. Gonna talk more about last week because a lot of stuff happened last week. It was a good week. It was a good week. So last week, I got an order from, well, not an order. I had a lady inquiring about my deal that I'm running for March, St. Patrick's deal. And she told me what she wanted. I think she initially wanted 24 shirts, and I told her my price, and then she was like, oh, I usually get it for this and that with 2 colors. And so I was like, at first I was like, oh, well, okay, cool, but that's whoever you use. But then it got me to thinking okay, maybe I need to revisit my pricing. And so I decided to just hear her out and see what is it that we can do, because I wanted the order. She said, and she was like, I genuinely want to work with you. It's just that's a little too much for me, and I actually wanted to work with her too. So because I'm thinking about not just her, of course, but her connection. She's got a lot of connections. So I'm thinking if I do good work with her, then I'll be okay, and she'll refer me to the rest of her network. So we decided on a price, and I decided okay, I'm gonna make some money off of this. This is good. And then she hit me with, oh, let's just do the St. Patrick's deal like it was, So she ended up upgrading it to 50 shirts, and it's just gonna be a one color job on the chest. It's gonna be super simple. It's mostly text. It's got a little coffee cup. Wonder if I can show you. I'm not really good at, I don't even know how to add screens on here. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even know. I've never actually tried to present before. So let's see here. Sorry, y'all. I'm new at this. Just be patient with me. Looks like I can do this. I'm not sure. Oh, God. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry. I've never done this before. This is very new. Okay. I think I'm sharing now. I'm not entirely sure. I am sharing. Okay. So let's go over to, let's put that right there. Okay. So here it is. So this is the mock-ups I gave her. She chose all these pretty colors, And I personally love it. So I'm really excited to print this job. This is the most colorful job that I have gotten so far, but she wanted 50 shirts and she split them up and they look great. So that is what those are looking like. And she's extremely excited about them. So got that job. We agreed on it. I'm going to make some money on it. It's cool. And then I ended up getting a order from a slightly more complicated person. Now, we initially started talking not last week, but the week before about, they wanted, a guy emailed me saying, I'm sorry, not emailed me. He filled out my quote form with everything. This was needed for like a business expo that's happening on the 7th. So in 3 days. And he wanted to know like the price of like shirts, pens, and like various other things. Like it was extremely complicated quote because he wanted so much. So I got that quote done, and then he hits me back with, well, this isn't what the order is going to look like. I just want to get some pricing. It's going to look different. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I told him, I said, I need you to get this like submitted by Monday so that I can get this done. Now, that was Monday last week. I said, get it in by Monday, so that I have plenty of time to get this to you. Because I, just from briefly looking at the pricing for pens and stuff on Distributor Central, a lot of those places, they need several working days to get it to you, and of course that doesn't include shipping. So, I was like, yeah, for me to be comfortable, like, can we get this done like Monday? Monday came, nothing. Tuesday came, nothing. Wednesday came. A lady calls me saying, hey, I'm sorry, no. It was Thursday. Thursday came. So we're that many days late on, like past when I said, hey, this needs to happen. Otherwise, I'm going to have to charge rush fees. So she hits me up Thursday saying, hey, I don't know who this is because the guy, I talked to a guy. And she's like, so-and-so, da-da-da, I want to place that order. And it took me a minute to realize, like, oh, this is for that company. I don't know who this is. Okay. So we're talking to a lady now, and she's placing an order with me. So she ended up getting 250 pens and 25 T-shirts and 4 polos. So, decent order. And it gives me a chance to kind of learn the ropes of, Distributor Central, trying to figure out how that works. By the way, has been a horrible, it's a complicated thing. I wasn't expecting it to be that complicated, I guess. So, so I was hung up with her and I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I got to get these pins going. I had them in the cart, or not the cart, but like, the places where you can get quotes on Distributor Central. So I went from there. The initial one I was going to go with needed 15 days. And I was like, that's not happening. Like I called them to see like, hey, is it possible to have this done by, Tuesday at the latest? Because I don't like to have things. If I have to do stuff like that and outsource this, I need it here 2 days before. I want to give it that extra day in case the shipping service messes up or it's late or something. Then I don't have to worry about, being so close. But she told me like straight up, like, no, like we were not gonna be able to do that. And I'm like, oh crap. Okay, now I gotta figure out if someone else can do it. So I ended up finding another one from HPG Brands, the Hub. I think they have a sub thingy called Hub Pins that's on Distributor Central. I don't know. I was trying to figure all this out when I was doing it. So I called them and I said, hey, this lady gave me this stuff late. Like, do you guys do this? They actually do. They have a 24-hour turnaround time. They don't have rush fees. So I was like, okay, this is going to work out. This is good. So then I was like, just trying to get it done. Just get it in there. Tell me what I got to do so I can get this out of my head. Like I can move on from this so I can figure out everything else. So got that, what I thought was submitted. And I started ordering the apparel, ordered the apparel for the coffee shop and everything, just trying to get everything in. I need an emulsion, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then on Friday last week, I get an email after I had submitted everything. I'd been on the phone with these people, and they send me an email saying, "Oh, your order's on hold. You don't have an account." And I'm like, I've told you about 3 times I didn't have an account. I'm trying to figure out why are you doing this? Like, it's getting too close for me. Okay. It's just getting too close for me. So I had to just kind of, submit like a resale form, and which is Form 13 here. I don't know if that's the same everywhere else, but Form 13. And I had to give her some information about the business, so they can, of course, know that you are legitimate. So I sent her all of that on Friday, and by the time I had got it all together, they were closed. So I was like, okay, they're not even going to see this till Monday. So it's Monday. First thing I did was call them, and I was like, let me know we're good. I got the email. I saw that this morning saying, hey, we got your account. This is your account number. Okay, that's set up. Great. I need to know what the status of the order was so that I know that these pens are going to be here when I ask for them. I need them by no later than the 6th. So she tells me after everything, like, okay, they're going to be, in production today. They're going to ship tomorrow. Now, I hadn't paid these people yet. I was under the impression that for some reason, I was just waiting, like, you need the money to do it. Take the money, like, so I can feel good. Like, I know that this is getting taken care of. I know that this is being produced. So, but then I wasn't thinking, and they usually, you pay for it after it's done, just in case something extra has to happen. So overnight, I have to overnight ship it, because if I don't, it won't be here in time. The actual event is on the 7th. So that's why I want them here by the 6th. But that's what I had to do there. So that's costing a little bit more. I mean, I luckily priced that already, I guess, but it still kind of sucks to do that. So that the pens are dealt with, and I'm just going to hope that they come out right. I don't trust outsourcing stuff. I just don't. It's just, I can't do everything, and I know it. So I just have to hope that it comes out okay. I'm not going to worry about it anymore now that I know she told me, like, yes, they're going to be done today. They will ship tomorrow. I'm assuming they will pull the money tomorrow for that order so they can do it. And then I should be getting it by the 6th. Hopefully UPS does not screw it up. So I've just like, okay, I can move on from that. Now I got to figure out this other problem. So my other problem that I'm dealing with that is throwing everything off for the last week is that my printer is dead. I have the Canon IX6820 that I use for my films, and it's done. Just dead. It's not going to, well, the thing is, it's not like dead, which makes it even more infuriating. It's like it prints most of it, like the transparency for me to burn, but it's just these little parts that it's like super hazy, or it doesn't print it, and I can't have part of the image missing, so in fact, here, give me a second, I'll show you. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but so this is the coffee shop logo that you just saw on the shirts, right? Now it looks decent. It looks like it printed it well, except it does this thing right there where it's thin. It just doesn't print it, and it's been doing that on all of my films, and that's the messed up part. Is most of it is there. Most of it's there. I'm like, dude, you couldn't print this little part right here. That's the only thing that's wrong with this. So yeah, it's incredibly infuriating that it's that close. And then it changes every sheet. So I looked it up, and I've been having this issue for a minute. It's been letting me get away with it for a while, but I guess it's just at the point where it's not going to do it right. And I looked it up on Canon's website, and there was another person who had a print shop that had the same printer, same issue. They did the same thing I did, where they converted it to a dark, all black kit, and then they turned it back, and the blackout kit messed it up. It messed up the print head. Now, I have flushed the print head. I have lined the, everything. I've done everything, and it still does this. Now, I can get away with it for the most part with like this, but I mean, I can't do it. And I even tried to see like, okay, maybe I can like layer it. I actually printed 2 of these, and it did the same exact thing in the same exact spot, and it's not the artwork. I don't know what it is about this. It can print this, and it can print all of this, but it doesn't print this little itty bitty part, right? Like, what? Craziness. So yeah. So here's the other example I have. So this is another one, and this one is basically the one that had me call it quits on the printer. So I have a 2-color job. This is for the one I was telling you. She ordered pins, polos, and t-shirts. So this was me printing them for the t-shirts. I tried this 3 times. I had separated the art. It doesn't want to print it. I don't understand it. So this is what happened with this one. I tried this twice. So this is what the logo is supposed to look like, except it has that missing. That's supposed to be a square. There's the top of this missing right there. So it's got the little dent in there, just like on the coffin. It's like, maybe it's just like it's round. I don't know. Maybe it has an issue with that. But these are the 2 separations. So this one actually, for the most part, came out perfect. I mean, it kind of is missing the tip of that registration mark right there, but I don't care about that. The image is fine. It's this one. I cannot get this part of it to print right because it messes up that box. And so check this out. Like you can see, it looks like a diamond right there, and it's not supposed to be a diamond. And so I tried to print that one again, and literally it did it in the same freaking spot. And so I'm just like, okay, I don't have time to mess with this thing. And like I said, I've been having issues with this printer ever since I tried to convert it back. It had a span of time where it was working, and then all of a sudden it was just like, it started doing this stuff. And I was like, all right, well, I can either keep sitting here and wasting this ink and wasting my time, wasting my cleaning supplies for printers, dealing with this thing, or I can just drop another 200 and get another one. I don't want to do that because money is a little tight right now. But, well, I got to do it because now this printer is going to be costing me. And now I'm going to have to go, it's costing me time. It's costing me like happiness because now I got to be stressed because I got to figure out what am I going to do. So let's talk about that. So like I said, I've decided I'm not going to try and print the thing anymore. I'm done. I have burned through so many of my transparency sheets. Like, don't even want to talk about it. But so I decided I'm going to call some shops. I'm going to call around, see what I can do. We do have a place here called, what are they called? It's like an art center, basically. They're called the Union for Contemporary Art. And so what they do is they have different versions of art studios, like different mediums or whatever you want to say, in the building. And they actually have a screen printing department that people from the community can come in and use. And they actually have really nice equipment in there. They were funded very well. Let's just say that. So I came with the idea first because I was like, oh, they'll be free. Like, I know they're going to do it. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm going to be good. But they're closed today. I was like, are you like, what? You're closed today on a Monday? I just wasn't expecting it. So that sucks. And I'm trying to get this dealt with today so I can start printing today. I still got another order that's outside of these that I still need to print. Luckily, the lady is understanding and she doesn't like need them for whatever. But these other two, I got to get them printed. So they ended up being closed. I was like, okay, well, let me call this other shop. There's a shop around the corner from me I've talked about before. They're not around the corner. I always say that. They're up the street. They're probably like, they're less than 10 minutes away from me. They're probably about 5 minutes away from me. And I know they screen print. So I figured I ran to the owner at an event last month. I got his card. I got his direct number. But I thought I'd just call the shop first. Don't know why, but I did. So I called. I said, hey, I'm another shop. My printer just took a crap on me. Are you able to help me out with this? They're like, no. And that was that. And I said, well, okay, let me talk to the owner. So I called him and I said, hey, look, we met at blank, my printer just took a crap on me. I seriously need a favor from you. And, he's like, oh, we don't usually do that, but let me check. So he told me he would call me back. I was like, okay. I also talked to a guy last night from a shop that's probably a good 20 minutes away from me. It's like on the other side of town. But I just wanted to see. And I messaged him on Facebook saying, hey, my printer just took a crap on me. Can you help me out? I just need like 4 transparencies. That's it. I can bring the sheets, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I can, but you won't believe it. Like, I'm on my last 4 sheets right now. And I'm like, okay, well, it's okay. If you can do it, like, I'll bring the sheets. You don't even have to, and I'll pay you. I'm not asking you to do this for free. Like, just let me know if you can. I am like seriously in a pinch right now. And I got this one in particular that's a rush job. So he was like, well, let me see. I'll get back to you. And so he ended up messaging me at 10 o'clock last night. I didn't get it because my phone was on Do Not Disturb, but he had told me yeah, I can do it. Just send me, email the files to here. Because I the files they're already cleaned up. They're vectorized. They're separated, everything. You literally just have to print. That is it. So he's willing to do it for me, but he's at work right now. And he said he wouldn't be able to do it until this evening. So I'm like, cool. So I got 2 shops, but mind you, I was just double checking. I want to double check and see if I could get it ASAP. I really want to print today, during the day. I don't want to be printing tonight. I mean, I will if I have to, of course, but it's just I want to get it done now. I got other stuff to do. I still got to do quotes for other people. I kind of just need to get this figured out so I can plan for that, knock that out, and then get to the printing. But yeah, so I thought I'd just call some other shops and see if they could get it to me ASAP. I could just get up and go, or maybe in an hour or 2 or something. I know other shops got stuff to do. I called at least 5 other shops and none of them could help me. One of them, which I knew about, they've been following me on Instagram for a while. I know where they're at. I've never talked to them directly, in person or anything, but I had a feeling they would be able to help. So I called him and he said, I'd love to help you and I totally would, but the person who usually does that is out because they're pregnant and I have no idea how to use it. And I'm like, cool. All right. That's cool. He was about the only one that was yes, but I can't. Outside of the other guys, right? I mean, at this point, I still hadn't heard from the shop that's up the way from me. So I called the 4 other shops I called, and all of them said no. One of them didn't even know what I was talking about at first. And I'm like, there is no way you're a print shop and you don't know what I'm talking about. I had to explain the entire process of I need you to print on the transparency and then you burn the screen, you wash out the screen, then you screen print it on the screen with the screen printer. And he was like, oh, let me see. I'm like, what? Okay, I don't even know if I want to deal with you because you don't even know what I'm talking about. This is a very essential step to, I mean, you can't do it without this. I know there's too many ways to do it, and you gotta know what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know. I was just like blown away by that. So he ended up saying no. I was like, that's fine, because you don't even know what I'm talking about. And then the other 3 shops outsourced. And I'm like, I really had no idea that this many shops around me were just outsourcing it completely. And I'm like, dang, who really print around here? Anyway, so I mean, I do have a backup, but and then after a while, this guy up the street calls me back and he says, okay, well, we can do it. We just got to get it done soon. And it's going to be $10 a sheet. And I'm like, what? $10 a sheet? I am bringing the sheets to you. I just need the ink. You're charging me $10 for that? Like, I don't know if I'm like crazy, but how is that $10? And I'm bringing you the sheets. So I don't think I'm going to go with him, because why, I mean, I could probably throw 20 at this other guy, or maybe 10 or 15 or something. He hasn't even given me a price. I don't know if he's just going to do it as a favor, like for free. I don't know. And I told him, I said, I'll pay you. You don't have to do this for free. Seriously, you don't. This is a business, right? But 40 is crazy. I could understand 40 if you had to separate my art, clean up my art, vectorize it or something like that. No, I am literally, everything is separated. Everything is clean. I am literally going to send to you in Adobe. It's sized correctly. All you have to do is open it and hit print. Boom, done. And I'm giving you the sheets. There is no way that's $40. So maybe it is, but I don't know if I'm willing to pay that, because I also just dropped like $60 on green ink. That's another story. But so yeah, I think I'll have to just wait. I don't know. I'm trying to decide, because I know that if I pay the $40 for him, I know that it's going to be dark enough. I know that I won't have any problems, because I've heard about, hey, Mel, I was just getting ready to mention that. I heard about Office Depot and stuff like that, but I talked to some other people and they said that sometimes the films that they print on isn't like, it doesn't make it opaque enough. Like it doesn't make it dark enough to print or burn correctly on the screen. And I mean, I don't know. I've heard people say, yes, it works for them. I've heard people say, no, it doesn't. And I'm just like, I need like certainty right now. I don't have time. This is a crunch. Like this is tight for me. I got to get this knocked out, and now I'm behind because of my printer. So I thought about that too. And like, you can double up on them. And I've done the whole thing before, like with my own printer where I double it, but there's so much that can go wrong with that too. Like, at least for me, I swear I line it up and then I tape it and then, I burn it and something moves. I don't know what it is. I literally remember I looked at it. I even have the little, do I have an example? I'm sure I do. Oh, right here. These. I even have these. So I'm like exact, yes, it's right there. And it still ends up like burning wrong. And I'm like, something is not like it. Whenever the weight, the pressure, I'm thinking that whenever I put that weight on to get ready to burn, it like moves it just a hair enough where it like just messes up for me. So I don't do the double film thing anymore. I was wasting too many films with that. So I thought about FedEx too, but I heard FedEx doesn't do that anymore. So, and we don't actually have a Staples in Omaha, which is stupid. We have a Staples factory, but we don't have a Staples. So Office Depot is like literally my only option. And I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, because I know this guy over in Bellevue, the one that can help me out after he gets off work. I know that he actually has a setup. I've seen his work. His work is good, and he can't have that level of quality without good films. So I'm kind of leaning towards him because I know that his films are good. He does halftones and process printing. He does all that. So he's got to have good film. And he told me already, like, yeah, you can bring your sheets. Cool. But yeah, I'm not feeling the $40 on that. I mean, I can do it. It's just, I don't know. Buying the ink kind of burned me a little bit, because this is the deal with the ink. So we have 3 places in town that I can get ink. There's a place called Blick, which is like a general art store. They just have a small screen printing section. That's usually where I go get my ink, because there's no waiting, there's no shipping. I can just go in and grab it and go. I went there late last week, And they had green, but not the green that I needed. They had light green, but not normal green. I'm like, why is this color so hard to find? Like, okay. So then I thought about, there's another place here in town that they're a local supplier. They're not like Grimco or anything like that. They're just like in the general Midwest. They carry a not well-known brand of Plastisol ink. I've used their white, came out fine. So I was like, all right, I'll use green. They had green on the website. I ordered this last night because I was like, I'm trying to knock out stuff so that tomorrow I can just go run the errands, go pick up the ink, go pick up the transfers, and just get moving. I get a message this morning from them saying, oh yeah, I saw you ordered the green, but we actually don't have that. And I'm like, why is this color so hard to find? I just want green. I have never had this much trouble finding a color. So he's got to refund me that. And then I ended up just saying like, fuck, oops, I almost cussed. Screw it. I will go to Grimco. So I use Grimco last because they're just so expensive. Like, I can get Union ink or Avient, whatever you want to call them, at Blick is just, for $30. And it's right there. I can go pick it up. They just didn't have it. But Grimco like upcharges the crap out of me. So I end up spending $62 on this ink for a quart of green. You're not mixing it. It's not custom Pantone, nothing. It's like, dude. So, and I'm paying it too because they don't have the green either. I'm like, nobody has green. But okay, maybe it's because it's March. I didn't even think about that. It just dawned on me. St. Patrick's Day. That's what it's got to be. Dang. Well, okay. So, yeah, nobody has green here in Omaha, like anywhere. Grimco told me that they have it in Kansas City. So they are going to have it from Kansas City shipped here tomorrow, hopefully. So that was what I was paying for. The ink itself was like 40 something, but the shipping's 15 and it just came up to 60. So not happy about that, but it's max opaque. I don't have to worry about, if I ever need to print it on dark in the future, it's good. I don't know. It's a lot going on. So he said the ink gonna be here tomorrow. And I said, it's a rush job. I need it here. Like, seriously. So he said, yeah, it'll be here tomorrow. Cool. So tomorrow I'm getting green ink, Union. And I really wanted to stick with Union anyways, because like I said, this other place that sells local, they don't have anything. Like, there's no Union, there's no Wilflex. They don't sell any of that. They literally just sell this one ink I've never heard of called WM Plastics. It's not bad. It feels great. It's just nobody knows about it. But I wasn't really feeling all that great about mixing brands of ink on one shirt. I don't know if that's a big deal. I just don't feel good about it. I feel like that just leaves room for things to be weird when it doesn't really need to be. So I need green and black for this job. I got black, Union ink black. I just need green. So that's coming tomorrow. The pens are dealt with. It's just right now I got to deal with the transparencies. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I mean, I guess I don't. I'm just used to going 1,000 miles an hour, y'all. Like, oh my gosh. And yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. I suppose I could try, what is that? Office Depot, or I don't think FedEx even does them anymore. I usually do my printing at FedEx, but maybe I can try Office. It's just, I know that they're not going to be dark. Like, and my printer was set in a specific way, and I'm kind of really disappointed that it's doing this, because I don't know if I can. I don't even know if I remember to say if I could redo it, But it was set in a way where it printed slow, so it could lay it just as dark as possible, and it comes out pretty dark. I mean, this looks good. This is black. I never have an issue with burning with that printer, just with the regular ink, just because of the settings. So, that's why I'm like, I don't know if I want to do Office Depot because I know that their stuff isn't going to be with those settings that I created specifically for using this for burning. They just print black. So that's my whole hesitation with that. But maybe I should just wait and see what this guy's going to say. Or not necessarily say, well, I know his stuff's going to be okay. I just got to wait. And I know that he can get it to me. He's just clear over in Bellevue. But that's okay. I'm willing to make the drive as long as it comes out right. But the $40 for transparencies from this other shop that's right here really threw me off. And I'm not feeling good about, yes, I know theirs will be super black, but don't know. And it sucks too because I could buy the printer, but it's not going to get here in time. It's just not. Even with Prime, or Amazon, it's not going to get here in time. So, yeah, it is a lot going on. So let me talk about. Let me see. So so Friday was a good day for me. At 7:00, I went to something called an empowerment breakfast. This is a big meeting they have once a month. It's every first Friday. I have to be in that room. There's no way I can't be in that room. Went there for the first time last month, and they have the mayor coming there. They have like city officials coming there. I mean, there's usually major connections to be made in that room. So it's early in the morning, but it's worth it. So this past Friday, it was theirs for March. And I sat at a table with a lady who I had met, I don't know, probably a couple years ago now. She's a big connector. She's a public speaker. She's known for that. Want to get connected with her. Now, I was connected with her, and she knows who I am. I've run into her plenty of times between the chamber events and this group, Lit. They throw events, and now she was there. And I hadn't seen her in a while, and I happened to be sitting at the same table as her and right next to her. So it was cool. And she was like, hey, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. What do you do? Hey, let's mingle. I want to talk to her because she can help me get all kinds of stuff. And there were other ladies at that table that also had some decent connections. So that morning, I laid my flyers out and people took them. They love it. So that was a hit. Ended up with an order that day. So I got another order in the works outside of all of these. I gave her the quote and everything. She's just trying to figure out how many she wants to do. So I actually got that order lined up. So I got a fourth order in the works. I just got to get that figured out. I'm just trying to deal with this fire right now. And then I met with another lady with a major nonprofit Friday evening, and she is interested in working with me too. So she wants me to quote her. She said they usually do 50 at a time. So whatever it is they order, it's 50 shirts, 50 hoodies, whatever. I'm like, cool. That's a good number for me. So she wants quotes for 50 hoodies, quotes for 50 sweatshirts, quotes for 50 shirts with their logo. Their logo never changes. They do the same exact thing every single time. So it's predictable, which is exactly what I'm looking for. And their logo is 2 colors, but it doesn't touch like this green Lexi one. So I can do that. I feel good about doing that. So yeah, we had a good talk, and she also is looking for embroidery. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I haven't done an embroidery order before. Of course, I'm going to outsource it, but she wants embroidered chef jackets. So one of the things that they do there is they do a cooking program where they train people for 8 to 10 weeks, to train them how to become chefs. And at the end, they reward them with a custom chef jacket. So they embroider those. But she has a problem with those where they either can't get the jackets in time because sometimes they'll supply it, or if they do, the order can't get done in time and the sizes might be wrong because, she's like, some people come into the program with one weight and sometimes they'll lose weight by the end of the program because they're cooking more and all that. And So she's like, it's hard to do sizes. We do the sizes like 2 weeks out because, you know, we just try to make it to where we make sure that it fits that person. So she's like, do you have any way to help us with that problem? That'd be great. I'm like, cool. I'm pretty sure I've seen Chef Jackets on Alpha Broder. I could be wrong, but I know I looked him up before because I had another person ask me almost a year ago for Chef Jackets, but he's my friend in Colorado. And I'm like, dude, just go to Big Frog. I'm not doing that. I'm not shipping it. And it doesn't make, I didn't want to do that to him. Like, you could get it for cheap, like right there. You don't got to wait for it unless he just comes back. But anyway, I know I looked it up then and they had him there. So, yeah. So I got to do all that for her too. So I got those quotes and I still got to send emails and stuff. I swear I run out of time for that all the time. It sucks. So time management is something I am definitely still trying to figure out. I mean, I'm doing okay. It's just this printer has threw me for a big loop. Big. And I hate it. Yeah. So that's what's going on in my world right now. So it's 12:13. I got to go pick up these transfers. So she's getting, this lady that's got the pens and everything, she's getting 4 polos. I'm going to digitally print those because, I mean, I'm just not going to waste my time to do that any other way. It's only 4. So not worried about those. There's a place local here that does them. That does it well enough for me. I'm not going to go to Stalls for that since it's so like short on the time. And so those are not even worried about those. It's technically, I'm probably worrying too much about the t-shirts because at the end of the day, I could just digitally print those too. But I want to screen print them for the experience. That's my whole thing. I know worst case scenario, I can digitally print them. I'm not even worried about that. So it's just, I really want to, I mean, I can't learn it and get comfortable with it like fully if I don't do it, right? So yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on. I am sad about my printer and it's a nice one too. And so learn from me. If you have a printer, specifically this Canon IX6820, do not convert it to anything. It prints just fine with its normal ink. If you buy it, just print everything with that ink. Don't convert it. People will tell you you need to convert it. You don't need to convert it. It prints just fine. It's a setting thing. You got to go in and make sure to customize the settings to how it comes out. That's how you do that. So, all right, this is probably it for me. I don't want to stand here too long. I got a lot to do today. I got to figure this out. I want to see if I can get to print today. So if y'all have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them, like and subscribe, and share this video with anybody you think would enjoy it. Tell your friends to subscribe to this channel because I'm just going to be sharing my journey here. And I might do... I'll try and do another live this week. I don't know what's going to happen. I've been just kind of getting slammed, which is why I haven't been on here. I've been super busy. So I'll try and come on as much as I can, but they'll be mad at me if I don't make another video or live or something this week. I'm trying. That's why I'm making this one. I really wanted to update you guys. Oops. Sorry. I wanted to update you guys on that. So, all right. I'm out. I got to go finish putting out this fire. So I will see you guys around. Peace out.